Long ago in the deep forests and craggy mountains of Scandinavia, people told stories about strange and magical creatures called trolls. Trolls were part of the myths and folk tales that parents and grandparents shared with their children on dark winter nights. They were said to live far away from towns and villages, hidden in caves, under bridges, or deep in the hills. Though these creatures were often described as large, lumpy, and not very clever, they were also full of magic and mystery. Trolls first appeared in the stories of the Norse people, who lived in countries like Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. In these stories, trolls could be enormous giants who roam the wilderness, or they could be small and misshapen, lurking in the forest shadows. Some trolls had long noses or wild hair, while others had rocky skin that made them look like part of the mountain itself. Trolls liked to stay out of the sunlight, and many tales warned that a troll caught in the sun would turn to stone. These creatures weren't always mean, but they weren't exactly friendly either. Trolls were usually grumpy and kept to themselves. In some stories, they guarded secret treasures or magical items and would only give them up if someone was brave enough or clever enough to trick them. Trolls were also thought to steal food or kidnap humans, especially at night, so parents would remind their children to stay close to home after dark. As time went on, these folktales spread across Europe. Storytellers began including trolls in all kinds of adventures, often with kings, princesses, and brave heroes. Trolls showed up in fairy tales like The Three Billy Goats Gruff, where a hungry troll lives under a bridge and tries to catch any goat who dares to cross. In the end, the goats work together to outsmart him, which is a common theme in troll stories. Strength and cleverness can defeat even the most stubborn troll. When authors and collectors like Peter Christen Asbjørnsen and Jørgen Moe wrote down traditional Scandinavian folk tales in the 1800s, trolls became even more famous. Artists painted trolls as shaggy and wild, blending into the hillsides or lurking under trees. Trolls started to look less like humans and more like part of nature, with moss for hair and craggy, lichen-covered skin. Readers loved these characters and their wild, mysterious world. By the 20th century, trolls had spread into other kinds of stories too. J.R.R. Tolkien put trolls into his fantasy novels like The Hobbit, where they were huge, clumsy giants who loved to argue with each other. Tolkien's trolls could talk and cook, but they weren't very bright, and they often caused trouble for themselves. Readers around the world began to see trolls as part of a larger fantasy world full of wizards, elves, and dragons. In the 1960s, trolls also became a big hit in a very different way, as toys. A Danish woodcutter named Thomas Dam carved small wooden troll dolls for his daughter, and soon everyone wanted one. The troll dolls had bright eyes and wild, colorful hair that stood straight up. They became so popular that they were sold around the world, and kids loved playing with them and giving them funny hairstyles. As trolls moved into movies, TV shows, and video games, they kept changing. Some trolls were still fierce and mean, like the ones under the bridge in old stories, while others were silly, kind, or even heroic. In cartoons and animated movies, trolls became funny and cute, often singing songs or going on adventures with their friends. Trolls had gone from spooky forest giants to friendly creatures who made people laugh. Whether they live under a bridge, in a misty forest, or in a colorful village, trolls continue to be a part of the stories we love to tell. And as long as people enjoy wondering about worlds full of giants and magic, trolls will never truly disappear.